Pranksters targeting a local organization that helps domestic violence and sexual assault survivors. Katie Crowther takes a closer look at what the culprits are doing and how a popular app is playing a big role.
Hundreds of prank calls are jamming the 24-hour emergency hotline at the Women's Center in Waukesha. And the executive director says the majority of those calls are tied to a popular app that many of us have on our phones. TikTok is known for videos like these, but Angela Mancuso, the executive director of the Women's Center in Waukesha, sharing an example of a very different use of the app. People recording phone pranks.
Can I speak to the man in charge, please?
We have since discovered that it is a TikTok challenge to call feminist organizations and hotlines and ask to speak to the man in charge.
They learned this after calling out one of the pranksters over the phone.
The caller felt bad and basically spilled the beans.
The Women's Center, how may I help you?
This is a log of how many of those calls one emergency hotline operator at the Women's Center recorded Thursday night. 44 calls in about 5 hours, some just a minute apart.
We started to get 100 calls in a shift, more aggressive, more violent language.
When the hotline operator sent an example of one of the prank calls to TikTok, this is the response she got. We found the reported content does not violate our community guidelines. We understand that you may not want to see this type of content, and you have the option to block the account that posted it. The Women's Center is working with Waukesha Police and has contacted TikTok's legal team, which hasn't responded yet. Mancuso says the implications are dangerous for the domestic violence and sexual assault survivors the hotline helps.
The calls are coming at such a high rate now that our advocates can't get to real crisis calls. And we have to answer every call.
I also reached out to TikTok's media team, which has yet to address the issue. Katie Crowther, TMJ4 News.